Hey guys, it's Spacey, and this is a not quite an update video. It's more like a need your feedback video. This is pertaining to Otome games only. So if you are a fan of just the Sims stuff on the channel, this has absolutely nothing to do with the Sims. Nothing here for you, so you don't need to watch or be here. There's really not anything that I'm talking about or considering or anything with Sims content. So you don't need to be here, just for people that watch the Otome games that we record on the channel. So anyway, with that. So um this is about the future of the Otome games on the channel. So I'm sure you guys know recently it's been really hard to record Otome games. I have not been having a lot of fun doing them. I'm sorry. I, re- I really wanted to drag that out and make everybody a little scared. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally fucking kidding. Obviously, no. We have a lot of fun. I love them. They're not going anywhere. I'm not quitting. I really, really, really wanted to scare you a little bit. I think I should put a clickbait title like, "Are we quitting Otome games?" Something. It's me being a bit of a dick. I'm sorry. No, we have a great fucking time. Somebody is like, we don't have fun? What the hell? Are we? Like, you thought you were in Crazy Town. No, I'm in Crazy Town. No, we're fine. We're not quitting games. Nothing like that. In fact, this is really pertaining to more games, more better. So, with that being said, what you do know, so what I should be saying is, as you well know, it is, well, now May. So it's going to be June, obviously. That's what happens after May, obviously. But we're almost halfway through the year, and there are still 10 more games that have yet to be localized and released for 2024 alone. And that's what we know about. P-Cube just announced a localization like last week or whatever. Not sure when that's coming out. They just said soon. I'm not even counting that one. I'm talking about the ones we know for a fact have a 2024 release date. That's not counting the 4 or 5 that I can just think of off the top of my head that are sitting in backlog that are ones that I've probably forgotten about that have already been released this year because I might have the digital copy or I didn't buy because I totally forgot. Okay? I'm just saying, we are being inundated, overloaded, and drowning in Otome games. That is not a problem. That is amazing. I love it. I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong. But what it does mean is we can't record all of them because there's so many of them. And my conundrum is this. Obviously, right now, we are playing My Next Life as a Villainess, and we are playing Verce Evermore. Obviously, the Verce Evermore fan disc is coming out. I'm going to guess that we're going to be done with Verce before the fan disc comes out because I think that comes out in the fall. Radiant Tail fan disc is coming out, I think, relatively soon. Um, and I want to play Tengoku Struggle. I want to play 9 Rip when it comes out. That's 4 games right there. I still want to play Paradigm Paradox. That's 5 games alone that I want to play right now that there is no way, based on how we normally play, that we're getting through this year. And that's only 3 games because 2 of them are already out. 3 of those games out of the 10 that are coming out this year. So, like, what the hell? There's so many games that came out already that we've yet to play that we probably never get to. So it gets to the point where it gets a little overwhelming. Also, especially because this is going to come out weird. Wait till I finish because I feel like I'm gonna have to say something and I'm gonna have to like make sure I stress my point here. We do have a lot of people that will ask, "Are you gonna play this? Are you gonna play that? Are you gonna play the other thing?" I would love to, but I can't physically play every single game. So I'm not saying you can't ask that, but it does put a little bit more weight on my shoulders when people ask, "Oh my god, this is great. Are you gonna play this game?" Like, oh my god, because I'm already overwhelmed with what we have literally piling on top that we're never going to get to, that we just don't have time for. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already overwhelmed at the amount of stuff we have. Then when we have those questions, I'm like, it's not you. It's not you. It's me going, I want to, but I'm only one person and I can't do that much. You know what I mean? And then I feel bad because there's games that people want to play that we're never going to get to, unfortunately. I would love to please everyone, including myself, and play every single game that has ever been released and is ever going to be released ever, but we're never that's not going to happen now. We know that. Um because obviously we've known for a while there's older games that were released years ago we never got to. We had a lot of mixed review ones we could have played. We never got to those. Um doesn't mean we'll never get to them, but it's like chances are, I mean, with all the new things coming out, those are the things we're probably going to play first. But now just looking ahead, not even behind, there are so many games ahead that, oh fuck, we're never going to get to half of those, you know? So it gets overwhelming and I feel guilty when I know we can't play everything and I know that there are people that want to play a game but we might never get to because there's so much. But also there are some games that I really want to play whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? Like, I put up polls because sometimes I can't decide, but I really do want to play Paradigm Paradox. That one always squeaks out under something else. It lost to Charade Maniacs. It lost to My Next Life as a Villainess. But I really want to play it. And I'm like, it's always going to squeak out. Something else is always going to squeak out above it. I want to play it, but I want to play it with you guys. I know I could play it on my own, but there is always going to be games that like I'll play it on my own eventually because one, like Jack Jean, there's no way we could have played because there's too much with it's not even the rhythm games, it was the music and everything. You're like, you can't mute all that, but you know that's all going to be copyrighted. And that's like a huge portion of the game. Like that's a huge part of it that makes it enjoyable. So I do feel like if I was able to record the game with you guys, I would have had more fun with it because it is extremely repetitive going through 4 to 5 hours of skipping in the common route. It gets really annoying really fast. So I never even finished the full thing. I did a couple of routes and I was like, good enough. The songs are really good though. I mean, I do still recommend playing it, but unfortunately, I think I would have had more enjoyment personally and it would have been way more fun to play the whole thing through if I were recording it for you guys. And that's the problem for me. I'm still playing Hanawase and I'm like, oh yeah, it's been weeks since I picked that up. I forget about it. You know what I mean? So recording it with you guys or for when I say with you, I pretend you're here when I'm talking. Like right now I'm talking to myself. But it's like you're listening to me in the future, so it counts, right? I have more fun and I get more enjoyment usually playing it when I know that you're going to watch it and you guys are enjoying it and I'm doing it for you. You know what I mean? I don't that's a me problem. But anyway, so this is going to be the longest video ever. I've tried to record this multiple times, but I don't want it to be like 3 hours. The thing is, we have so many, and I want to do more. I am so right now, the way it's been going, and you'll see in videos that are coming up later that I'm like, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I recorded this game because, like, I don't know, like, whatever. I'm taking longer to record things because I'm so far ahead that I'm just like, oh, I don't have to record today. I don't have to do anything. And then I sit around bored. But then I'm like, but if I keep recording, I'm gonna tell you this. Here's a little secret. Um, I'm in Verche right now. I've got everything that's gonna go up in June done. So I'm like at July right now. It's the beginning of May. I'm like 7 to 8 weeks ahead on that one. I'm like we're blasting through. I'm like, we're gonna finish that game before we even get I don't even know what route's going up right now, to be fair. Not as far ahead in My Next Life as a Villainess because obviously I was really behind on that when I recorded 2 routes. I think for My Next Life as a Villainess, the common route has finally finished posting, but that was only 8 parts. But I'm finished Jordo's route and I've finished Keith's route, okay, which goes into like mid-June. So like I'm really far ahead and my being far ahead is a good thing for me, but at the same time it means when I'm going to record, I'm like, I can just, I don't have to do it today, whatever. And I take like 2 weeks. I think it was, you'll see when we get to Verche, when we get to the Le Salute route or whatever it's called. that I'm like, I think it's been like a month since I played this game, and I have no idea what the fuck happened anymore because I took so long to record Jordo's route and Keith's route in My Next Life as a Villainess because I'm so far ahead. Like, what up? So I'm thinking to myself, I could either just be lax like this and take my sweet ass time, or I can actually play games. And while I have time and while I'm ahead, we just pack more shit in. More games, more better. So that's what I need your thoughts on. I want to know, what is the sweet spot for you? Now, what we used to do back in the oldie days, it was 30 minutes and we posted games every day, and then we went to an hour. And I think at some point, I did we originally have an hour daily? I don't remember, but I know we did longer parts because everyone was like, yes, longer. Okay, so here's the thing. We can do one of several things. There is going to be a caveat to all of this. I'll explain that at the end when I get through everything. Probably explain it in the middle because that's the way I roll. Um, do you want the games going up every single day? Do you want the parts to be longer? Like, what's your sweet spot? What is the perfect world scenario for you? Do you want, okay, right now we're doing Verche and My Next Life as a Villains. Now, obviously, these changes aren't going to kick in right away because like I said, I've got a lot of stuff recorded. Okay. But let's just say we could start perfect world scenario for you tomorrow. Is your perfect world scenario 2 hour long parts for each game that we're playing every day? 2 hours of Verche and 2 hours of My Next Life as a Villainess? Is it 2 hours every other day? Is 2 hours too long? And you're like, an hour of each game every day is perfect? You know, or is it actually, an hour every other day is perfect, but pick up a third game and sprinkle that one in, also every other day or something. You know what I mean? What's your sweet spot? What is your perfect world scenario? I don't care if it's crazy. I don't care if you're like, I want 4 hours every single day of 4 different games. That'd be perfect for me. Not saying that's ever going to be possible. Okay. That's shooting for the stars. But if that is your perfect, like, hell yeah, that would be the best thing ever, I want to know. Because I want to know if longer parts are like, dear God, don't do it. An hour's good enough. It's perfect. 2 hours would be way too long. Because here's the thing for me, sometimes I want something short. You know what I mean? I'm like, I got 15, 20 minutes to burn. I want something short. And I see a video that's an hour and a half, and I'm like, I ain't got time for this. Other times I see videos that are like 15 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I have a longer attention span than a 2-year-old. Not that 15 minutes, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, I want something longer. Where's the longer content shit? You know? I don't want to put up 2-hour long videos if everyone's going to look and go, oh God, no. And it's going to ruin your groove. Okay? I don't want to do that. If an hour is the perfect time length sweet spot, that's what I want to know. I know sometimes we go over because, like, hey, I rambled a lot, so I'll do a little bit longer, or we're in the middle of a scene, so it goes over, or we're at the end, but we never really get past that hour, 20 minutes. Those are rare when we get super long parts. You know what I mean? We're not like 2 hours on a daily basis. But that's what I want to know. Is like, if you're like, fuck yeah, 2 hours every day would be goddamn amazing, then I will try to shoot for that. Okay. The caveat is try. Now, um, it's gonna be one of those where we all have to be flexible. So I'm not gonna throw up constantly videos like, oh hey, this week it was a little bit much, so what you're gonna see next week is every other day. You're just gonna have to be flexible and know that, like, if all of a sudden you pop in on a Monday and you're used to seeing your same videos both put up on Monday, and now there's only one, it might be up the next day. There will always be something. There will always be an Otome game every fucking day. But if I did the every day for both games go up every single day. If I'm running behind, I might put them up every other day. Parts might be a little bit shorter or something to kind of adjust and give me a little bit of a buffer type of a thing. You'll probably hear it in the videos like, hey, I'm running a little behind. So you'll notice when you're seeing this that things are, every other day again or a little bit shorter or whatever. But I'm not going to do an update video like this to kind of warn you about that. You just have to know that things are going to be a little bit flexible and there's not going to be most likely, well, not I'd say most likely, but there might not be a very strict schedule with trying to do more. Um, I'm obviously going to do my best, and I always say things like this, like, oh, just in case in the holidays, if you see a gap, or if it's if there's, a day where there's not a video or whatever. And I have never done that. But I always give myself the opportunity to be like, oh, hey, just in case I get behind or I can't record for a couple of weeks because of a holiday or something, if you see, maybe I'll put Monday instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Monday and then Thursday. And like, there might be a day where there's no games because of it. And like, I always try to warn you about that. And we have never, ever done that. So this caveat is coming with the probably never going to happen, because once I set something up, like we're going to do this every day, whatever, probably going to stick to it as much as possible, even if I kill me doing it, because I'm crazy like that. I know you guys understand. I know you are not going to hold me in chains to it. You're like, listen, if you got to be flexible, we're cool with that. But if you do more, that's awesome too. I am the one that's forcing that on myself. So don't worry about that. But yeah, I just really want to know what the sweet spot is. Longer parts every other day would be the best thing for you. Longer parts every day is fucking awesome. Just put up hour-long parts daily. That type of a thing, so we can go and try to kind of condense what we have, get it up sooner, and start on other games so we can get more in. Because let's be real, it takes us months to finish a game. And again, there's already 5 that I want to play. We're not going to finish those 5 by the end of the year. And then there's like 7 other games at least that are coming out this year that we know about. And God knows the 3 dozen that are going to, like, we're going to drown, and we're going to be missing out on a lot of content. Um, you know, and again, like the P Cube game might be a game we can't record because it is not from our standard publishers, and sometimes those are iffy. Like we know Bustafellows was iffy, that type of a thing. So might not be one we can record, but we still have plenty that are fine. So that's all I want to know. Want to know what your sweet spot is. What I will probably do, starting possibly in June, regardless of what you say, I'm going to do something different. That's really how this was going to come out, but that was an accident. Like, because I have stuff already done, I can't go in if you wanted longer parts, and I can't re-edit all the videos. I mean, I probably could, but I'm not gonna. That's basically where we're going. So if longer parts are what people want, I will probably try to do that going forward, but you got to give me some time to catch up to past where I already am, because like I said, I'm already ahead. So what I might start trying to do minimally is in June put up things on a daily basis. And that might even start trickling in at the end of this month. I'm going to get this video up as soon as possible so you guys can have some time to kind of put your thoughts down, take a little while to figure it out, I only start posting videos like on Sunday for the week in advance for the following Monday to Sunday. So, it might start happening at the end of May. It might not start till June, but I might at least take and start doing at least every day just to kind of like push tighter all the videos that we have. I've even considered, like, when we finish a game, like, let's just say, because Verche, I don't know how much longer that's going to take, but let's just say I'm done recording that and I got 2 weeks worth of recordings left to go on it. I might start our other game and start uploading it before Verche is done. So there might be a little bit of a time where you've got 3 games going up at one time. Then it might go back to 2. You know what I mean? So trying to do things like that. And if I were to do longer parts, like, the only thing I would say about that is I've tried to think, like, can I do that? Because sometimes I don't have 2 hours to sit down and record, but I can always just record, stop, come back. Because I've done that before. I'm like, oh, hold on. Hey, I'm back. You wouldn't even know if I didn't say that. So like, you know, you might still hear me say that, like, I'll have to finish this later. I'm back. You wouldn't know, but I like to tell you these things. I don't know why. I don't like to lie to you. Anyway, but if I do that and record and I kind of start editing parts, you might have videos that end and it just kind of like ends and then it goes to our little end card credits without me being like, okay, you know, my normal outro that I say. So, which is probably fine. I don't think anyone's going to miss that just because it does get a little disjointing. I've watched videos where people do that and then they're just talking and then the end credits happen and you're like, there's no goodbye, no nothing. Like, what the fuck? It's a little disjointing. I get it. But if I'm starting to edit a bunch of pieces together and I've got hour long, or like I recorded a bunch of hour long blocks that I was going to edit together, but these ones, you know, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But just in case that happens, I'm just trying to cover all the options so that nobody's all like, what the fuck? It might be what the fuck. Who knows? Things like that. I don't know. But anyway, I've tried to record this so many times and it always ends up being like 20 to 30 minutes. Just let me know what your sweet spot is, okay? That's it. 2 hours every single day, but you want 4 games. An hour every day, you want 4 games. An hour daily, just of the 2. 2 hours every other day. Like, if 2 hours is way too long, let me know that because I want to try to do what's going to work the best for the most people without driving everyone insane. So if a majority of people are like, no, 2 hours would be too much, we'll keep it at an hour. We'll just put them up every single day. That's fine. If every single person is like, 2 hours is awesome, maybe we'll try to do that. You know what I mean? But again, at minimum, probably start doing the things that I've already got recorded and the things that I'm going to be recording in between now and whenever I start initiating these changes that come out of this video. You know, we'll probably start putting up both of our games every day for an hour, you know, because I already have all that stuff recorded. So changes like this might not take place either until July or possibly starting our new games. Maybe we'll let Verche and My Next Life as a Villainess kind of run their course before we initiate changes. I don't know. We'll see. But it's just something on a go forward basis. Like, how do we want to like fit more games in? You know, that kind of a thing. So anyway, let me know what your sweet spot is and for that. And yeah, look forward to more games, more better coming to the channel soon. Yeah. Okay, bye.